In this video, we're going to be breaking down the Flash 907 promo. 907 is titled Wildest Dreams. This is the episode where Dreamer comes back for an episode, for a special cameo, or appearance in an episode, I guess, is what we're calling it. So we're going to just break down the promo. It opened up in CCPD with us looking at a sign on the door saying Captain West Allen, which is Iris. She's a cop, and the captain, apparently. And she's making an arrest in CCPD with the other officers around her. We do see Dreamer there. She's a cop too, which I guess she's trying to explain it like they're both cops because they're in a dream. Then Barry sees Iris and Dreamer, so they probably have a scene together earlier. I'm assuming for reporting something. I don't know. But Barry comes over, he's panicking, sees Iris unconscious. Then we're in Star Labs, both of them are like on some control thing. I would assume it's probably like what they used for Nora in season 5 when they went into Grace's mind. It'll probably be something like that, would be my number one assumption. We do see them running through a hallway. It is brought that Iris's pregnancy could be affected by this, because we don't really know what the hell this is. So, like, if she dies in there, could she die out here? If she gets kicked in the stomach or the gut, could it affect the baby in real life? You know, that's a whole thing they gotta figure it out. I don't think they would affect the baby, because this has been a long time coming. And we just celebrated the last 2 minutes of the last episode. We've talked about it so much this season. So, at least from a standpoint of, I have no idea what happens this episode. But looking at the episode overall, I'd be a little bit surprised if the baby got affected by this. But I do think it's a fair worry on what's going on here. But this episode looks really good. I didn't really think it would look good, but it does. Then we see Iris and Dreamer in some warehouse with like a bunch of people in it. I don't know what it is, but there's at least probably like 20 or so people there, and Dreamer's telling Iris to run. So maybe Dreamer still has her powers, but Iris doesn't. Or Dreamer's just trying to be a superhero at this point, take control of the situation. But that was a promo. Again, it was a good promo. It just, you know, I didn't think 907 would be that good, because I knew that it'd be mainly focused around Dreamer and Iris. I do think it'll be better than 906 by a long shot. But, you know, I do think 907 will be a good episode overall. Now, we do have a 2-week break after 908 is a 2-week break. But we do have a week off after 906, so we have to wait another whole week for 907 to normally do. But on the bright side, the first half of season 9 is done, and we're on the back half now. I'm pretty sure. It's tricky to figure out because there's 13 episodes and an odd number. It's like, you know, 13 minus 6 is 7, 13 minus 7 is 6. So, if you want to say we're done with the first half, you say that. I am. But we have 7 episodes left, and, you know. I also just want to point out that, you know, I know I said that I like 906, and I do. I think it was an okay episode. It was the weakest episode of the season, and that's going to stay that way throughout all 13. But just because I had fun with the episode and actually enjoyed an interlude, which is something new for me besides season 8's, with 815 and 817 from what I remember, like, it was a fun episode, you know, and overall, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It was average, which is what the season has been. So it's just like, people need to understand opinions first off. But I do think that in 2 weeks, this will probably all blow over on to deal with it anymore, hopefully. But it's just, it's the whole thing of, well, opinions, don't agree with them, we gotta attack, and, all this crap. But I do appreciate those of you, again, the very few of you, as I said already a few times, who are respecting my opinions, who are, being fully respectful of each other's opinions. But for those who aren't, you'll be hinted from the channel and to see you again. So, just be respectful, not just of my opinions, but of others as well. And I think that's the best that we can all do. So, but 906, which I'm going to read the description off, or 907, sorry, I keep saying 906. It's early in the morning, tired. I just woke up, so, but the episode description for 907, only in our dreams, Nicole Maines guest stars again, Dreamers, when she comes back. Iris is visited by Nia Null as she needs Iris's help. When Iris and Nia fall into a fever dream and explore different possibilities for their lives, Barry, Chester, Allegra, and Cecile desperately try to help them. Meanwhile, Mark entertains Keon, but they have different ideas of what is fun, leaving Keon to feel that Mark is trying to make her something she is not. And says who directed it and wrote it and all that. So, and again, it airs March 29th, so 2 weeks from now. Which, it's going to be a classic episode, I think, for The Flash over the last few years, where we have the main focus of Barry and Iris and whatever's going on there, and then we have side characters. But it won't be like 906. Already it seems better than 906, just with Barry and Iris being in it, but overall, it's just like, Chester and Allegra Cecile will be part of the main plot with Barry and Iris, and then we're going to have the only side plot with Mark and Keon. So, I do think that overall it could be a very, very good episode. If it is done right, which I do think it will be on some level. But, we just gotta see how it works out. And judging it before we see it will not help you with anything. I said it for literally every single episode this season because everyone keeps judging it. We can't judge an episode before we see it. But we're kind of right about 906, yeah. But 907, I think, will probably be the best episode of the season. If they do it right, which I think they will. It's an interlude. It's going to be fun and loose. Like, I think 906 was, but, everyone disagrees with that. But, I'm just going to have fun watching this episode. I think that's what we're supposed to do in the final season. We can't just, not focus on that. So, it sucks that people don't see it that way, and that they have to criticize literally every single little thing that the show does. But I do think 907 will be good. And also, there'll be less hate because Iris is in it, so... and also less hate because Barry's in it alone. There's two different genres here of hate. Hate that Barry's not in it, and hate that Iris isn't in it. So, those two criticism hate points will be gone in 2 weeks, but... even though they should be gone now because we're done with the episode, but whatever. But again, it's just like a very good episode. It does kind of make me wonder, this whole cop thing with Iris, is it like based off a Flashpoint thing? Like she still remembers Flashpoint, what Barry told her about her being a cop. No, that wasn't Flashpoint. That was Earth 2. Sorry. Earth 2 pre-crisis, Iris was a cop. And Iris always say that she wanted to be a cop or something. So I guess they're kind of going down that route. I do wonder if, like, we're going to see her being a Flash, which I really don't want. We've seen that enough. But the fact that it says they're living different possibilities for their lives, and we probably only saw 2 or 3 in this one promo, it kind of worries me that we're going to be seeing maybe a couple, like 12 or so, somewhere around there, just like little flashes of it, pun intended. I really don't want to see Iris and Flash again. I don't think anyone does. Again, we've done this like 5 times. We don't need to see, that. But I am excited to see Dreamer. I think she was one of the better characters in Supergirl next to Kara and John and Alex sometimes. So I'm excited to see her again. I wish it was Kara. Just see Barry and Kara team up one last time. We're not going to get that. I'd be genuinely surprised if Kara showed up this week, which, again, if she was going to, they would have announced it in this episode. They didn't, so I think that's fair to say that that's not happening. But, we are getting a Supergirl crossover. It's just not with the main lead of that show, which is perfectly fine. The show's done. Melissa's moved on. I respect it, but it's going to be a very interesting episode nonetheless. So I'm all here for it. Let me know what you guys think about the promo. Are you excited for the episode in 2 weeks? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.